Hey guys, Osa here. Welcome back to my channel. So I do have an update for you guys. I went to see my oncologist about 2 or 3 days ago, and she was just explaining just a few things to me. She took my blood work, and she had asked, is there anything else outside of like what I was dealing with, other than like the cancer, the breast cancer and things like that. And I said, yeah, I'm anemic and I'm really struggling with it. I've been struggling with it for a number of years. So the office had taken my blood work when I first came in, and she said, okay, we're going to do an iron panel on you just to check and see what's going on. But she had like my results that had came back, and she was like, okay, so your hemoglobin is at 12 and I'm supposed to be at 16. So she's like, so, it's going to be a little tricky because you need to be under that. I need to be under 12 in order to be considered to get the iron transfusions, according to like my insurance, for them to pay for it. I'm like, look, I'm willing to pay for it. Like, I'm to a point where I said, first of all, I'm on iron right now, and that's the only reason why it's high right now is because I'm on iron. But the issue that I have is that my ferritin levels are low, and I went from 40 to I think 53 was the latest one. And obviously I need to be at 120, and I cannot get that to raise. That's my issue. And she was saying, okay, she started looking at my numbers some more. She rolled the screen up, and then all of a sudden I have all this red. And the red area was basically, she said, this area is already telling me that you have, obviously you don't have thalassemia, but you have the thalassemia trait. She said, have you heard that before? I said, yeah, actually, when I was trying to get pregnant with my son, we did genetic testing because I'm also a carrier for sickle cell anemia. And I wanted to make sure that my partner wasn't a carrier, because you can obviously have a child that has sickle cell. So we did the genetic testing, and I'm a carrier for thalassemia. So she was basically saying that what she's noticing is that people that are like just have the trait are also like suffering like with certain challenges that fall under thalassemia, like the hair thinning, the fatigue, the pale skin, the darkness under the eyes, all of these things. Now, thalassemia is a very serious condition if you have it, and most babies don't survive if they are born with it. So obviously I don't have thalassemia, but there's something like that's being expressed like in that gene that's affecting me in a negative way. So she basically wants to she's basically going to take a look at the blood work that I have, because she's going to do a deeper dive into like what type of anemia I have. That's something that I thought if you had anemia, you just have anemia, but there's different types of anemia. So we're going to figure out what kind of anemia I have, and she's going to treat me based on that, which I'm like so relieved. I'm just disappointed that for all these years, no one has said anything to me that, look, we got to dig a little deeper. We got to, dig a little deeper to figure out like what type of anemia you have so we can treat you accordingly. And she said, if you need an iron transfusion, absolutely, we'll get you started with that. So I'm supposed to call her in the next couple of days to see if my iron blood work has come back, and she'll let me know like what the next steps are. So I could not be more excited about that, because when I tell you, I have felt like crap for a number of years. And I'm just hoping that I can get some relief through the iron infusions, or just whatever treatment she decides to put me on, because this is the first time that I feel like I'm being listened to. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that I'm gonna like start to get my health under control, like really take charge of just wanting to be like just a healthier version of myself. So I'm looking forward to that. I will keep you guys posted. But if you are in the same situation that I am, please don't stop looking until you find a doctor who's going to solve your issues, who's going to take your concerns seriously and like look into like what's actually going on. Because for all of these years, I've always had like a block where it's talking about like your hemoglobin, your blood count, those for me have always been in the red from as long as I can remember, where I was like looking at my blood work. There's always a block of like 3 numbers of where it's in the red, basically saying that I am low. So, I'm just hoping that this will give me, some type of relief, because it's just been going on for too long. And I hope that my hair will stop suffering, because of it. I hope that the fatigue will go away. I hope that my fogginess will go away, my dizziness. It's just so many things. Like I have these terrible dark circles under my eyes. Like there's some videos where I'm not wearing makeup and you can obviously see it, but it's just like, it's just frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. But like she said, I'm going to give her a call in a couple of days and we're going to get to the bottom of it. And she said, we'll start you on if you need iron infusions, if the blood work says you need the iron infusion, we're going to start that, for you as soon as possible. And I was just so, so grateful. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the support. I'm feeling really good. I'm about to start work again. So yeah, life is good. And I'm just to a point, and I was speaking to some of my friends and my family, and I was just like, I'm just to a point of where I just want to feel good. I want to feel like myself. I want to feel like, I just want to have a few days where, a few days, a month, a year, whatever, where I'm just not fatigued and I'm not dizzy. I'm not like, like foggy, I just look forward to that. So, and if it helps my hair in the process, that would be even better. So, all right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.